Today we're exploring Little India in Singapore, where every corner bursts with color and every bite is full of big flavor. It is an early morning in Kampong Kapor, one of the original enclaves here in Singapore. Now, in the 19th century, the British brought Tamils from South India into Singapore to work as laborers. So they worked in plantations, but also some urban projects. And that is where Little India was formed, was by these laborers. Today, it is still thriving, and it's not a tourist destination. So we're going to explore it, and the first place we're going to go is for breakfast. Now, the first place I wanted to eat breakfast at is the oldest vegetarian restaurant in Singapore since 1924. This is the masala, and we did not realize it was going to be this big. We were actually looking for something light, but it's the special of the day. I really think we should have shared it, although they did say one person, one masala. So I did get paratha, which I actually had yesterday for breakfast. But I had this weird feeling that the dosa would be too much for me, and we should have just shared it. My instinct was we should share one because we're going to have a lot of food to eat today.
This looks good. You can see it's merah. I like the color. The color is so bright. It's the same when I eat in Mumbai. It's very tasty and a little bit spicier for Ayngelina.
It's spicy.
Not for me. I like this. I like this spicy.
Well, at the last minute, I decided not to get the dosa, and I think I really missed out. So this is Mysore dosa. So it's like a thin crepe that's made out of a batter that's fermented rice and lentil. And what makes this one different, which is what you like, is that it has red chutney in it, which is a little bit spicier. And so that's different than a traditional dosa, which would just be plain. And I thought it would be too much food for you, but do you think you're going to finish all of this?
I will try.
You will try.
This looks a big size for me.
It's still big. I still think probably we could have shared it, especially since some of the chutneys that you like are different than the chutneys that I got. This place has no MSG, no preservatives, no additives, and they don't reuse their cooking oil. And a true vegetarian restaurant, we are not vegetarian, but we do like to eat it. And it tells you here, the stamina of a camel, the strength of an elephant, and the beauty of a horse are all sustained on a vegetarian diet. So maybe I will be as beautiful as a horse someday. Now that was an amazing breakfast, but we are both so full from it. So we've decided to do a little bit of sightseeing, and we're going to go visit a very important Hindu temple. The really great thing about Little India is that it's only 1 square kilometer, which means you can see a lot of it and you don't need to walk very far. Also the sights here and the artwork, the colors, beautiful. This is one of the oldest and most important Hindu temples in Singapore. It was built in the 19th century by Tamil immigrants, and it is dedicated to Kali, who is the fierce goddess of power and destruction. She's also considered to be a protector. And I have a really fun fact about it, but let's go in and check it out first. But first, we need to change because up here, I'm okay. Down here, not so much. The really nice thing about this temple is for men and women, they do provide something to wear so that you can actually go in. All right, that was beautiful inside and so welcoming. I will say this, there was a European tourist, a man with shorts on, who just walked right in. If you're going to any place of worship, I think it's important to at least look for a sign to see if you're dressed appropriately. There's lots of signs here that say if you have shorts on, they give you something to wear so that you can go and observe. And they actually let you film. So also, that was the first thing Alan asked me was, can we film in there? There are some Buddhist temples here in Singapore where they will say inside, no cameras, no photos, no videos. So just take a look for if you're dressed appropriately and take a look if you can take video or photos. Most people are very welcoming, but I think as tourists, we should be respectful. Oh, it's getting very busy right now with all of these tourists coming in. But I did want to share something really interesting about this place. During World War II, when the Japanese were bombing, a lot of people came here, and that is because Kali is the goddess of power and destruction, but she is also a protector. So it gave people a spiritual sense of safety, and so many people came here during that time. On to another spot that is less spiritual, more about shopping, but it's supposed to be a must visit when you come to Little India in Singapore. So this is the Mustafa Centre. It's a 24-hour shopping complex, and where we're staying, Uncle Ron told us there are only 3 things that you cannot buy there. 1, Western wedding dresses. 2, sports cars. Or 3, a coffin. But they literally have everything else. And the luxury is right next to the low end, so you'll get a little bit of everything. We're gonna go check it out. Now between us, Alan loves to shop, so I actually think it's his dream to be able to do it 24/7. Mustafa's is great. If you want to do some shopping, that's the place. Not everything is really cheap, but if you want to get souvenirs, they're actually a really good price. So Alan got a t-shirt for much less than we saw in the souvenir stores. And then I also got some postcards. And you know, when in the 80s when you had those pens and they had all these different colors that you could push down? Well, they have one, but in rainbow colors. So I got some for my nephews because it had the merlion on it. So I thought that was a good souvenir. I think it's time to eat again. It's definitely time to sit down and have a coffee and then to try some more food. It is not the most beautiful day here in Little India, but we are here in rainy season in Singapore, and so we're just really thankful that it's not raining. The past few days have been on and off rain, so we've had to push our plans a couple times. It's not bad because now that we've been here, we think we're definitely going to come back. One of the things that I really like about Little India is actually the history of it and how it was a commercial center for jewelry, spices, and textiles. They're really well known for textiles. Also, the British used it as a hub for cattle trading, which I think is a little bit weird in that I know a lot of the Tamil immigrants here are Muslim, but at least now there is a significant Hindu population. And so I am guessing that they were not the laborers that worked in cattle trading, because that would have been just such a conflict of values. And we made it to the Tekka Centre. So this is a place known for shopping, food, lots of textiles, and some other things. And we've got some produce right here. The interesting thing is this has been around for a while, but it hasn't always been called the Tekka Centre. So I think the original name was a different Chinese name, and they had to change it because it was so hard for non-Chinese people to say, so they changed it. And I believe Tekka is a reference to this area being a place of bamboo. We're First up, we're gonna get some coffee. There's a spot here that's known to have amazing coffee, but also at a hawker center price. It's called Generation Coffee. I cannot believe we were able just to walk up to Generation Coffee, because as soon as we got our coffee sat down, a huge line formed and it's been a steady stream of people. One of the things that I like about Generation Coffee is that they make incredible coffee, much different than the traditional mom and pop shops here, but they respect the hawker culture and serve at appropriate prices. I also think it speaks to the next generation of what these hawker centers will be, and that they have such an important place in this culture. You're supporting local, you know, and you're getting the younger crowd out here for really good coffee. Because the only criticism in the 6 days that I've been here is I cannot believe how many Starbucks are in Singapore. You can support local, you can get better coffee. Well, I say that, let me first try it. This is Kopi C. Kopi C uses evaporated milk, so it should be creamier, not as sweet as condensed milk, and so they did have to put a bit of sweetener for me. This is really good coffee. I paid $1.90 for this. Really good coffee. Two guys just busting it out, working hard. This is a fantastic spot. Now, this Tekka Centre is not just Indian food, so you're going to find lots of different cultures here. We are going to try some Indian dishes, but I see chendol. Alan, I don't know if you saw that. There's chendol right there. There's also lots of traditional Chinese food, Malay, Indian. I'm sure there's some Western food here too, but we're not here to try that. We're going to have this coffee and then try an interesting dish that I thought was Malay, but it has an Indian twist on it. Good coffee. I love clothing with color. And I know that seems strange because right now I've been wearing beige and light colors for the past couple of weeks, but that's only because...
Yes, ma'am.
Hello! Oh, it's so beautiful.
You can buy one.
But it's because I can't find clothing of color. I love to wear jewel tones, red, pink, purple, and so much Indian food. Indian dress has that. But also, I need cotton because it is so hot, which is why I'm wearing beige. Seriously, look at this. Oh, the prices here are really good. Honestly, I feel like, well, they're what I would buy. I think when I was in India, I bought a few dresses and they were like $12, $14, so same prices. I suppose I could have haggled a little bit better, but you know, you can only haggle so much when you're Canadian. So the thing I love most about food is seeing how it changes. Dishes change from country to country, region to region. And you do see that in Singapore. With so much Malay, Indian, and Chinese cuisine, there are a lot of dishes that I recognize, but they're slightly different here in Singapore. But this dish right here, the name I know well, but it's totally different. So this is called Pasembur, or Indian Rojak. It is a dish that's from the Indian Muslim community. It's Mamak cuisine. And let me just give you a bit of background on it. So Rojak is originally from Indonesia. It's Javanese, and it's usually fruit with some fresh vegetables like bean sprouts, cucumber, things like that. And it comes in a sauce that is tamarind, peanut chili. It's delicious. Everyone loves it. It's like a spicy fruit vegetable salad. And also, because Indonesia has 17,000 islands, there's so many versions of it. Some of the versions have shrimp paste, some of them have different things. It really just depends. Also, Malaysia and China adapted this. So they have their regional versions that look very similar, but also regional differences. But coming here, Indian Rojak is totally different, and it's very cool to try, I hope. So basically, instead of all the fruit and vegetable, you have the dai, the shrimp fritters. When I went to the stall, I had no idea what I was doing. There was a crowd. I just said to the woman, this is my first time. I don't know what to get. And she said, pick out your favorites. And I was like, please tell me what to get. So she said to get the base, which is a fritter with egg in it. This is potato. I think this one is coconut. And then also here, it's common to have seafood. So there was shrimp, but she actually recommended that I try this fish cutlet. And then you have cucumber and onion, and that is it. Sometimes you get tofu. There were lots of different options of things to try, but she said, this is a good one to try. And also, this is one person portion. It cost me $4.50. And so the sauce is also different. Instead of that tamarind base, it's sweet potato, sugar, chili, and peanuts. This is the end of the video. I hope you really enjoyed Little India. You know, a lot of people say that when you go to Chinatown, a lot of parts of it are not authentic, but you can see here, Little India is still very much intact as an Indian community, but also not exclusively. It's not an enclave anymore. You have lots of diversity here. We really enjoyed it. I think I want to go shopping upstairs, and we will definitely be back. When we come back to Singapore, I'm going to do a video just of this Tekka Centre because it's great.